Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Now in this video we are going to look at another arrays medium level question, and without wasting any time, let's jump into the question, what it says, and let's understand how to solve this. So let me take this example over here, the first example, 3 1 2 1. Okay, so 3 1 2 1 and m is given as 5. So basically what we are given is that first thing is that we are given an array, and this is the second thing, that we are given an integer. Now what is this integer? Okay, so this signifies that we have an array from 1 till the value of m. Okay, so this is the value, this is the array that we have. Okay, and we need to apply query on this given array using this. Now what does this mean? Okay, let me show you. Let's do a walkthrough to understand what does this mean. Okay, so let's say let's go through our array. So first value is 3. So in our array, let me give this name as temporary. Okay, so the first value here is 3. Okay, so in our temporary array we will see that where can we find 3. Okay, so at which index we have 3. So right now, if we'll see, the number 3 is at index 2. So what we'll do is in our result array, okay, we will add that index. Okay, and after this, we will move this 3 to the starting position of this array. So this will become like 3, 1, 2, 4, and 5. Okay, we'll repeat this. Okay, so right now we are looking at value 1. Okay, so let's see where it is here. So it is at index 1. So this is our answer, and we'll move this to the starting position. So 1, 3, 2, 4, and 5. Okay, now we have 2. Okay, 2 is at index 0, 1, 2. Okay, so we'll write this here 2 and move this to the starting position. Okay, so let me remove this. We'll move this to starting position. It will become 2, 1, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, the last value is 1. What is the index of 1 over here? It is 1. Okay, so our result will become 1, and we will add this 1 to the beginning. So it will become 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is just a coincidence that we are getting the original temporary array back. It will not happen. Okay, so this is our final result. Okay, this is what the question wants from us. Okay, but how are we going to do this? How are we going to solve this? So let me tell you one thing, that to solve this question we have two ways. One is an easier method and the other one is a faster method. Okay, we are going to look at both of them. Okay, so let's look at that. How are we going to solve that? Okay, let's look at the easier easier solution. Okay, so let me write it down again. What is it? 3 1 2 1. Okay, 3 1 2 1. Okay, and we have m, that is equals to 5. The easier method is that we use linked list. I know we have not covered the linked list yet, but for this question we'll be using this. Okay, and the reason why we are using linked list is because we have a function in linked list, a method or a function. We have a method in our linked list that is add first. What this does is that whatever value we pass in here, okay, it will add that value to the beginning of the linked list. Okay, so that's why we'll be using linked list. Now how are we going to use that? So let's say right now the linked list is empty. No, it is not empty as of now. We have values 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in our linked list. So what we'll do is that the same thing, that whatever we are asked. Okay, so 3 1 2 and 1, the third is available at here. We'll get that index. Okay, and we will remove this element from here. We have a remove method as well. okay, in our linked list. We'll remove this. So now after remove, it will become 1, 2, 4 and 5. And after this, we'll store this removed value somewhere, okay, and after this we will add that value to the beginning, okay, and we will continue to do so, and at whatever index we find this value, we will store that index in our result array, okay. So that's how we are going to use linked list. If you understood this, you can try it on your own if you know how to use linked list and everything, okay. If not, then let's jump into the code. I'm sorry. Okay, so the first thing that we require over here is to return, we are returning something, right? So we are returning an array over here. So let's create that first. That is going to be the size of the queries that we are given, the array that we are given. Another thing that we have is linked list, okay. Now we need to fill up this linked list as well. So for that, what I will do, I will start from 1, go till m, okay, and I will keep on adding these values to the list, okay. Now let's go through our queries array. Let me do like for each loop only, okay. Here first thing we need to find is the index, okay. So let me find that. How are we going to find that? So we need to get index of what? I, okay. And also we need to store this, okay, where is it? Yeah, we need to store this element, right, that we remove, okay. So for that as well, I will create another index element, okay, and let's say that is at position index. After this, we need to remove these values, right? So let me remove whatever value we have at index, and we need to add this at the beginning, okay. What? Our element that we found, but we need to add the index to our result as well, right? So for that, okay, before that I will create one counter variable, or let's say position, that will help us to find at what position we are inserting the value, and I will increment this as well. This will be equals to the index, and at the end I will simply return the result. Let me submit this. So as you can see, it's done, but it is a little bit on the slower side, right? So let's look at the other one, that is the faster method, okay. So let me remove this and let's go through the faster method, how that's going to work out, okay. So again, we have 3, 1, 2, 1. Some of the things are going to remain as it is, okay, like the temporary array that we are using, this array, okay. So the temporary array is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. It is just about the approach that we are going to change over here, okay. What we will do is that whatever index we find, okay, let's say right now it is 3, okay. So at this position, what we'll do is that first of all we need to take care of some things, like we need to store the index, we need to store that index element that we did right now, okay. We need these two things, okay. These will help us to fill up the result array. But the minor change in the approach is going to be that we are not going to use linked list over here, okay. We are only going to use the normal arrays, okay. And what we'll do, at whatever position we find our value, okay, whatever it is before that value, we'll copy that, keep on copying that, okay. So let's say after 3 it's not going to change anything, okay. But over here we'll see that 2, we will keep this as 2, okay. Now this will change to what it is before, okay. So this will become 1 and this will also stay as 1, okay. But this value, okay, we will replace it with this value. So now this task, the changing of the task, like the changing of the numbers, the putting the element in the beginning, that is simplified. Okay, this is one minor change that makes the whole difference over here. Okay, so I know there is not a huge difference in the approach, okay, but there are minor tweaks, right? If you want to find the index, right? For example, if you want to find the index, we will be using some external function. We'll creating our own function to find this index. Okay, like in linked list we had this inbuilt method of index of. Okay, that will give us the index, but we in arrays we do not have such a method. So for that we will create our own method. Okay, so let's jump here. So first thing is I'll be creating this temporary array in a global manner. Okay, globally, because we'll be using it across the whole algorithm or whole code, because that's not going to make a whole difference. Okay, so now this is going to be as the length of m. Okay, and we need to fill this up. Okay, so let me, okay, now temp at I that is equals to I plus 1. Okay, our temporary array is filled, but before that we also need our result array that we are going to return, right? So for that I will create this result new int queries dot length. Okay, now next thing that we need to do is that we need to go through our queries. Okay, and we need to find a few things. First of all, we need to find the index. So let's say index, that is going to be, let's say find index of queries at index I in our global array temp. Okay, so for that I will create this function that is that will find index. Okay, so let's go through our temporary array. I less than 10 dot not size length. Okay, and if temp at index I, if that is equals to whatever we have passed in the parameters, to return that particular index, otherwise we'll return a negative value. Okay, since we are not, we'll always find this value, right? We'll always find the index. Next we need to have the index element. Okay, so for that what are we going to do? Temp at index. That's simple. Now the important part that we need to move from here, right? In this, what we'll do is that we'll go from the rightmost part of our array to the leftmost part. Okay, like in the reverse order, and we'll keep on shifting whatever we find to the right side. So what it will do, and we'll go from only from index value, right? Not from the at the extreme right. Okay, because we don't want to disturb all the elements that are present over here. Okay, they are not contributing in the array in any manner. So for that we'll start from the index position. So let me create that j is equal to index minus 1. Why minus 1? Because we want to like j plus 1. We do j plus 1, that is equals to j. Okay, that is the temp of j plus 1, that is equals to temp of j. Okay, what does this mean? 0, 1, 2. So 2 should be equals to 1. Okay, temp of 1 plus 1, that is equals to temp of 1. Okay, that is temp of 2, that is equals to temp of 1. So 2 will become 1, so it will be like 2, 2, 4 and 5, and after this is going to be like 1, 1, 2, 4 and 5. Okay, so for that j is greater than equals to 0, j decrement. Okay, we want temp of j plus 1, that is equals to temp of j. After this we need to do two things. First of all, at the beginning of our temporary value we need to store what? Our index element. Okay, that's why we stored it in a different variable, right? And the one thing, the most important thing for which we are solving this whole problem, right, that is result at index I, we will add the value. What value? Our index element, sorry, not the index element, the index, okay, because we are adding the index, and at the end we'll simply return our result. That's it. I know it is a bit long and it seems a little bit complex, but if you give just 5 minutes of your time, it won't take much difference. It won't take much, much of your work and everything. Okay, it's really simple. So as you can see, we have reduced our time complexity. Earlier it was like, I'm sorry, the time it takes for to solve this. Okay, earlier it was 20 ms, now it is 5 ms, so it is better. Okay. So that's it for this video. I hope you understood this and you didn't find anything complex. If you did, I will suggest that you watch it again. Okay, and if you have any other questions, you can comment it down. Okay, so yeah, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. Till then, keep coding.